am so glad that you are as well. Hope that you are having a wonderful day. It is gorgeous outside, so I hope that you are able to take advantage of that. I am so glad to be here every Thursday. It's the highlight of my week. So I'm thankful and grateful for this opportunity. We are going to go ahead and get started. So behind me, see that, is a chair. And guess what? This is chair yoga. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. And I was trying to get a little bit more light, but that's not working. And let's just begin. So we are going to start standing at our chair, just like we did last week. And then we'll transition into a seated position, some seated poses. So the chair is great. If you need to start seated, please do that. All right. Make sure that you're on a level surface, that you are not going to slip around, and that you can be comfortably seated and safe, right? So that goes across the board. No matter what kind of yoga you're practicing, you want to make sure that you're in a safe place where you're not going to fall. And the rule is that if you are in the chair and we're doing something that that you may or may not, you potentially could fall out. Not that you would, because I don't do that. But if anyone's going to fall out of the chair, it's going to be me. All right? So that is just the rule. You guys know that. So let's go ahead and get started, all right? So go ahead, stand behind your chair. I'm going to go do that. And we'll get started. So, using your chair, standing behind it with your feet underneath your hips, all right? Feet planted under the hips, knees are soft, so you should have just a wee bit of a bend in them. In other words, don't block them out, okay? And go ahead and take your lower back and just kind of gently soften it down. So you want to lengthen your spine right here by doing that. That kind of pulls your abdominal muscles up a little bit, so you should feel a tilt a little bit there. And then your shoulders are over that, and then ears over that. So go ahead and just get comfortable. I want you to hang onto the chair as needed. Some of you may not need to, and that's fine. Either way, all right? So go ahead and I want you to just begin to settle in. And what I mean by that is I want you to just kind of notice the floor beneath you, your feet planting in, rooting in on all sides of your feet, and just feeling the ground, if you will, underneath you. So some of you may be wearing shoes. Just go ahead and just plant them safely and firmly onto the mat. And just begin to notice your breath. As you do that, I want you to just also notice your body and how it is aligning, all right? Very important to work on that and to notice that, be aware of that. So one of the things about yoga is that we want to be present in the time, and it's a great lesson for life about being present in our life. so that you don't miss anything. But I want you to kind of also learn about your physical body as we go. So, so yoga is great for that, becoming aware of the sensations in your body. So as you're rooted in and you're noticing your breath, I want you to also notice in your body if there's any place where you feel maybe some tension, maybe you're holding on to something there, or some tightness or pain. And those are the areas that we're either going to kind of take care of a little bit, love on a little bit, take it easy on, or we're going to try to release the tension and release the holding on to, and get rid of that. Now, if you have areas where, like let's say you have a bad hip or a bad knee, then obviously you may need to modify some of these exercises. But you're breathing right now, noticing that, and just kind of settling in. So I'm gonna be quiet for just a minute so you can begin to notice that. Notice the sensations in your body and how it's feeling, how you're doing right this moment. That's all that matters. And you can begin to deepen that breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling it out. Beginning to fill up, not only into your lungs, but pushing through your lungs all the way down into your lower abdomen. Filling up here, and then letting go. Releasing that. So feeling that exhale and your belly kind of pin right back towards the back side of your body. So just breathing deeply and fully. Being thankful for that breath. Each inhale is a gift. The exhale gets rid of what doesn't serve us. There might be some things going on in your life right now that are not serving you, and maybe you can release those today. Release those things. So noticing your breath, being aware of it, breathing fully, maybe for the first time today. Good. Go ahead and just turn your head towards the right. Just turning that head to the right. Only going where you can go, right? This is your practice, so you only want to go where you can go. So you're just turning your head, and you should feel a stretch on the left side of your neck. On your next breath, go ahead and bring it through center and take it the other way. Just breathing into the spaces that we're opening up. And you may notice as you go that you're able to get a little bit more mobility out of it. On your next breath, bring it back to center, and then take your left ear over to the left. So getting a stretch right on that right side of the neck in a different way now. Everything else stays the same, so that alignment, that sense of rootedness stays the same. And then taking your chin to your chest, inhale there, go ahead and take it the other way. So now you're getting a stretch on the left side. Breathe into that, taking a nice deep breath into that. Good. Take an inhale, take that chin to chest. Bring it back to neutral. All right, so now, rooting back in, going back to your breath, I want you to go ahead and begin to take your right foot off of the floor. So I'm just going to turn for a sec so you can see. So taking that right foot up, just to where you can. All right, you can even keep it on the floor, toe on the floor. And I want you to just begin to flex and point. So I'm noticing that my alignment is not perfect, so I'm trying to fix that. Try to keep that supporting knee a little bit soft, pressing into all sides of that foot. Go ahead and roll the other foot, the right foot. Take it the other way. And then go ahead and plant that back down. You may want to rock your hips out a little bit. So just kind of rock it side to side a little bit because you were standing on that one leg, that left leg. Good, so go ahead and go back to that alignment, that proper alignment. Shoulders on the back side of your body. And begin to take your left foot up. Same thing, so flexing and pointing that foot. Make sure you're planting your right foot into the floor on all sides, all right? That protects your knee, and it also protects your hip. That's why alignment is so important. And then roll that left foot. Good. And take it the other way. And then go ahead and plant it back down. You may want to just kind of rock those hips out again. Good. All right, so rooting back into that floor, using the chair for stability. What I want you to do now is we're going to turn sideways, all right? So one hand on the chair and other hand just down by your side is fine. And we are going to do like leg swings. We're going to do leg swings. So we're going to start to the front. And so bring up that right foot again. And you're just going to begin to move it from the hip, okay? So from the hip, just gently moving it, all right? What that does is that will lubricate that hip joint, all right? Try to keep the motion right there. If you need to put your foot down for a second to take a break, feel free, all right? Now this should not hurt. We're just lubricating that hip joint, loosening it up, okay? So just leg swings, that's all I want you to do. Nothing else should be moving. And then go ahead and put that foot down. And again, you may want to rock it out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do leg swings in front and then in back. So finding that alignment, rooting in, okay, softening that sacrum down, so kind of tilting that sacrum down. So it's not pushing it out. You see what that does to my body? You want to just soften it down, all right? Staying tall in your body, feeling everything opening up and aligning. And you're going to go ahead and just do some leg swings. So what you're going to do, I'm going to come over here so you can see me. So you're going to take your right foot and you're just going to go in front and in back, and in front and in back. Only going where you can go, right? Honoring your body. So now this gets the inner and outer part of that hip. This is called a grapevine, and it's just a nice little way to loosen up the hip, lubricate it. Okay, we want to make sure that we're doing that so things don't tighten up, because that's what happens. And we don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen for you. And go ahead and put that foot down and just rock it out. Just rock it out. Good. All right. So feel free to go wherever you need to go in order to get the right movement. I'm going to just stay right here so you guys can see me. So feet planted, you can see my toes are pointing forward. My heels are pointing back. And go ahead and just root back in. All right? We root in to rise up. Knees soft. Shoulders on the back side of your body. We'll do some things to help open that up in a few minutes. But right now I want you to just focus. We're focusing on our lower limbs right now. So taking your left leg, beginning to take that up. And again, you may want to go to the other side of the chair. I'm just going to hang out here. And we're just swinging it back and forth. Just front to back. Like a pendulum on a clock. So just think of it that way. Just loosening it up. Trying to stay tall in your body. Planting your right foot nice and firm. Rooting down. Good. And even if your swings are small, like right here, that's great. All right, you have to honor your body. You have to go where your body can go. All right. So you have to take care of you. You don't have to do what I'm doing exactly. You have to do what your body is capable of doing. And then go ahead and put that foot back on the floor, rooting in, rocking it out a little bit. Just rocking those hips out just a little. Feels good. So softening down, shoulders on the back side of your body. Go back to your breath for a second, okay? Knees soft. Find that breath. Good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go across our body doing the grapevine, like we did on the other side. And again, you may want to be on the other side of the chair. I'm not going to move right now. I'll try not to kick the chair. I just want to make sure that I'm not moving around too much. So, but you're just going to swing it side to side. Front, take it in front, and then in back. And again, small movements are great. Just loosening up. You may feel it on the side of your hip a little bit. You may feel it on the inside of your thigh, the outside of your thigh. All are certainly possible. Okay? Try to keep that spine nice and open in the back. So that means that that sacrum, that lower back is softened towards the floor. All right? Breathing into that. Good. And then plant that foot and rock it out. Good job. Nice. Okay, so I want you to take your right foot and put it behind you. So you may want to get behind the chair, but you're going to take the right foot and put it behind you. Okay? And again, both hands on the chair is great. And you're just going to do a gentle lunge. So this part of your body, try to keep it as upright as possible, but use your chair for stability. So, I'll move this. So you're getting a lunge, and you should feel this on the back of that right leg. Should not hurt, all right? We're just stretching, sensation. Knee is still soft and bent, okay? Now, let's talk about your left knee. Your left knee should be tracking over that left foot, which is firmly planted, right? And you should be able to see your big toe on the inside of that. So just getting that nice stretch, breathe into it. Inhale and exhale. So this is basically a crescent lunge position because our heel is up in the back. Now, if you need to straighten out that front leg for a second, go ahead and do that. Certainly nothing wrong with that at all. Try to keep those hips level and that low back opened up. Okay, ears over shoulders, shoulders still aligned with your hips. So that spine is still nice and aligned and tall. Go ahead and bring that foot back in. Oh yeah. And then plant it back down. Go back to your breath. You guys are doing great. Go back to that alignment. So opening up here, softening down. All right? Shoulders go to the back side. Your ribs should be kind of knit together in the front. So they're not flaring out. Okay? Kind of push it back. All these rules, right? All these things to remember. But you guys got it. I know you do. So, we have another leg. So we're going to take our left leg and take it behind us. And plant the toes on that left foot. Gently press into it. So trying to press that heel back a little bit, but nothing else changes in your alignment, all right? Knees are soft. That right knee now should be tracking over the right foot, okay? Should be able to see your big toe if you were to look down. Hang in there, breathe. Breathe into this. Breathe into this. Know that you are doing something important and something good for you. This matters. You matter. All right? And everything that you're doing is important right now. This is called self-care. And self-care is not selfish. I will say that over and over and over again. But I think in order to be productive and helpful to others, that we have to first take care of us. So take care of you, which is what you're doing, and then that will help you to be stronger to take care of others, right? So bringing that foot back, yes. And going back to that alignment. Ooh. So rooting back down, go to your breath. I want you to go to your breath. okay? So trying to stand nice and tall in your body. Shoulders on the back side, knees are soft, pressing into all sides of your feet, all right? We'll practice some of that when we're seated as well, which we're about to do, but I want to do a forward fold, a standing forward fold before we do that. So just breathing well. You guys are doing great. Check in with yourself. Are your knees soft? Do you notice maybe that things are starting to loosen up and open up? And that is a great sensation, right? Should not be pain. You want just the sensation and the stretch. But just see if you notice a difference. See if you're holding tension like in your face, if your jaw is tight, if you're holding tension there. If you're furrowing your brow, try to release all of that so that you can just put that energy, because that takes energy, put that energy into what we're focusing on, all right? If that makes sense. So finding that alignment. Now, we're going to do a forward fold. I'm going to give you the option to do it a few ways. You can stay right here and just back up a little bit. Plant those feet and then fold forward using your breath first. So you want to inhale and then exhale it out. Or you can come towards the front of your chair if that's available to you. Okay? So coming towards the front of your chair, planting those feet, finding that alignment, rooting down, shoulders on the back side of your body, taking a nice inhale. On your exhale, you're going to lead with your chest, leading with your chest, and then you're going to fold forward, planting your hands right here. Okay, knees are soft. My legs look straight, but there's a soft bend in them. And just folding forward. Now again, if you're using the back of the chair, that's great. Hang out there. But if you're able to come here and do that, go ahead and do that. Breathe into it. Again, knees are soft. Now, if you feel dizzy in any way, if you struggle with vertigo, dizziness, or maybe your doctor has said, I don't want you putting your head lower than your heart, guess what? Don't put your head lower than your heart. You need to listen to your doctor. And then really bend the knees. Come on up. All right, so since we're, most of us or some of us are towards the front of our chair, we're going to go ahead and have a seat. Yes, that feels good, right? So sitting down in our chair, planting our feet underneath us. Okay, we're not sitting back in the chair unless you have a bad back and need to. All right? So softening, now you're going to soften your sit bones. You should feel two bones kind of rooting into the chair. And we're going to rise up from there. So back is straight. So you're aligning, it's like building blocks. Your spine should be as straight as possible. All right? Shoulders on the back side of your body. Like I said, we're going to work on that a little bit. And then ears over the shoulders. Softening down even more. Rising up, there's kind of that healthy tension that I talk about. Planting those feet, planting your sit bones, rooting in through that. Now your knees should be in line with your hips, okay? The bone, okay? So knees come in line with your hips. And just go into your breath. Go ahead and turn your palms up. And what that'll do is that will help get those shoulders behind you, okay? A lot of what we do in our daily life is a forward posture, and we want to kind of reverse that a little bit. And so we're drawing back and opening this up. So a forward posture would be rolling the shoulders in, head a little bit more down, and I want you to open it up. Pulling the head up, aligning it, and going to your breath, breathing fully. You can put a hand right here if you want to, so you can feel that breath. Feel the inhale and the exhale. See if you can notice your rib cage expanding when you inhale. And then when you exhale, see if you feel it kind of contracting back in. So noticing that. Palms up. Good. So now I want you to just go ahead and roll those shoulders to the back. Small circles, slow circles, being intentional, taking it nice and slow, starting small, seeing if you can get bigger in your circles. So drawing them up to your shoulders, into your back space, and back down. Taking your time with it. Again, guess what? This lubricates the shoulders now, the shoulders where, and our arms, our upper arms. It lubricates all of that, so we can keep that movement as well. We don't want to lose that. Important not to. Breathing into that. So this is where, stop right here. This is where, see if you can put your hands right here. This is where shoulders should be planted on the back side of your body. Yeah? All right? But you have to work into that. It may not happen automatically. That's why we're taking our time with this, all right? It's a practice, and this is something that you can do on your own, all right? So now guess what? We're gonna reverse those shoulders just so we can get everything nice and loose. Good. Breathing into that. Again, taking your time with it, building into a bigger circle, but making sure that it's a full circle. So you're still getting into that back space. You're bringing it forward. Nice. Very good. Take a nice inhale. You can take those arms up if that's available to you. Exhale it out. Inhale. Bring those hands to heart center. So hands in prayer right here to heart center. So nice and rooted down. Just going to your breath. If you want to close your eyes, you can. Just connecting that breath. As you continue to root down. nice. So taking your hands to your thighs, we're going to open up that heart space. So inhale, lift that heart space. On your exhale, you're going to press it back. You don't need to physically do it, but I want you to, with your finger, but I want you to feel it press back. Tuck your chin towards your chest and round that back. And then inhale, open it up. Exhale, round it in. Inhale. And exhale. Continuing to let your breath guide you through this, all right? So you guys do this on your own. Breathing fully and exhaling it out. Inhale, we get nice and tall. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Let's do about 3 more. And round. That's 2. And last 1. And exhale, root back down. So keeping that alignment, staying tall in your body. Good. So using your hands to stabilize you, rooting back in, going to that breath. Root back in, go to that breath, but keep your hands right here because we're going to do a forward fold in just a second. Okay, so staying tall in our body. I know we did a forward fold standing. We're going to do one seated as well. So please plant your feet. Feet are firmly planted. Taking an inhale, lifting this. This is your heart space. Lift it up. Exhale, leading with that. Fold forward. Try to tuck those elbows in and try to elongate your spine as much as possible. Now I want you to inhale and press up. So lift that heart space, elongate that spine. And then exhale, fold forward. See if you can get a little bit deeper into that. And then slowly come on up. Use your hands to press into your thighs to rise up. All right? You should have felt a nice elongation in your lower back. All right? Again, only going where you can go. You have to honor your body. So if you're right here, guys, I love it. That is so good. Just hang out right there. Okay? And then pressing back up. So we're going to do that again. Try to keep those elbows tucked into your sides and not flaring out. So tucking them in. All right, so taking a nice inhale, you're rooted in, right? So softening down. Shoulders on the back side of your body. Ears over shoulders. So your ears should be in line with your shoulders. And to do that, you kind of want to tuck that chin a little bit. It may feel a little like you're giving yourself a double chin, but that just aligns your ears over the shoulders, elongates that neck on the back side. Yeah? You don't want to compress anything. We don't want to pinch anything. So spine is nice and long. You're rooted in. You're rising up. tucking those elbows in, taking a nice inhale, lifting with this. We're gonna lead with this. On your exhale, fold forward. Hanging out where you are comfortable. Pressing into all sides of your feet. Inhale, press up. Exhale, fold back forward. And then slowly come on up. Take a nice inhale at the top. Exhale it out. Inhale. Bring those hands right to heart center. Good job. Good. So when I say to press into all sides of your feet, I want to make sure that your knees stay aligned with your hips. So I know sometimes some of us can bring our knees together. Do you see what that does? That creates stress on the ligaments of not only our hips, but our knees, ligaments and tendons and the joints, all right? Now, if we were doing something like this, that would be fine. But this creates problems, all right? So pressing out, getting that alignment, you're pressing into the pinky side of your foot, all right? Same thing if you do this, and then guess what? The big toe side of your foot is off the floor. And you don't want that either. So you want your feet perfectly flat. Okay? I know you guys can't see that, but here's the difference. So doing this, you see my feet lift up. Doing this, that's not correct either. So planting there. Okay? And getting that proper alignment. Go ahead and we're going to transition right now and take our right foot long. So right foot is long. Go ahead and flex your toes. Staying tall in your body. Going to your breath. I'm going to move the chair back just a little bit. So you can see my feet. There you go. Okay, so still aligned, knee is soft, breathing into that, rooting down. Shoulders are where? On the back side of your body. Yeah, good. So taking a nice inhale, if you want to, you can take your arms high on that, if that's available to you. On your exhale, you're going to fold over that right leg. Again, only going where you can go. So you can keep your hands on your thigh, or if it's available to you to go down to your toes, go ahead and do that. But guess what? Only if it's available to you. Try to keep that spine nice and long. And again, you want to feel sensation and not pain. Okay? And then slowly coming up, using your hands to help you do that. Nice. Take a nice inhale, draw those shoulders back and down, root back in. Exhale it out. Good. How did that feel? Did that feel okay for you guys? You probably felt a stretch on the back. Now again, there's a difference between pain and sensation. Sensation is fine, okay? Pain would be like pinching your arm, like the skin on your arm. Sensation is just like rubbing the arm. Does that make sense? That should help a little bit. So taking that foot, it's flexed. We're gonna stay nice and tall in our body. And we're going to lift up that leg, pull it in, and then take it down. Pull it in and take it down. So you're taking the knee and you're lifting it up and then putting it right back down. Now if you want to, you can draw in and make it a full body movement. We're going to do 8 of these, okay? So that's 8, 7, 6, 5, go at your pace, let your breath guide you, 4, inhale here, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. All right. So I want you to root in. Now you don't have to turn sideways like I am. I'm just doing that so you can see what I'm doing. But I want you to root back in, breathe well, and I want you to think about where you felt that. Where did you feel that? Did you feel that in your thigh? Did you feel that in your abdominal muscles? Did you feel it in your low back? You should not have felt it, the pain. You should not have felt pain in your low back. All right? So I want you to just take note. Now there's no judgment allowed here. You're just noticing, okay? Just noticing and then moving on. But just acknowledging, like, oh yeah, I felt it in my abdominal muscles, or I felt it in my leg. My leg is tired. That's good. We use this muscle right here, like when we're walking up and down the stairs. So we want to make sure it's strong. Yeah? So go ahead now and take your other leg out in front of you. Toes are flexed. Knee is soft. Rooting in, rising up, opening up that heart space. Taking an inhale here. Again, you can take those arms high if you want to. Leading with your heart space, you're going to exhale and fold forward. Honoring your body, only going where you can go. And honoring your doctor as well. Whatever he has told you, that's the rule. Lengthening that spine. And then slowly coming on up. Taking a nice inhale at the top, drawing those shoulders back and down. Keeping that foot right where it is. Root in. Good. Breathe into that. That's a big stretch. That's a big stretch. But you guys did it. You're doing great. So rooting in, going to that breath. Heart space is nice and open. So your shoulders should be on the back side of your body as much as possible. Ears over shoulders. So now we're going to go ahead and take that knee up. Same thing as we did on the other side. Up and then down. And up and down. Staying firmly rooted. Again, you can make it a whole body thing by rounding in. Or you can just keep it right here. Whatever is available to you. So if you want to make it a whole body thing, it's rounding in, trying to get your nose towards your knee. Not expecting you to touch it. I can't do that either right now. So, honoring your body, right? Trying to stay aligned and tall. We're going to do 8 more. 7. Breathing into it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Keep that foot right there. Actually, go ahead and bring it back. Oh, root in, go to your breath. Root back in, go to your breath. And again, notice. Connect your mind to your body. Where did you feel that? And know that you're getting stronger. All right? So going to your breath here. Good. So on your next breath, you're going to press up, lift that heart space up, keeping the knees in line. You're going to take one hand to the other thigh. If that's available to you, you can certainly keep it here. The other hand's going to go behind you, and you're just going to do a nice twist. Breathing into that, trying to keep that heart space nice and open. Only going where you can go. Inhaling through center. Go ahead and go the other way. Breathing into that. And then bringing it back to center. Taking a nice inhale. You can take the arms high if you want to. Exhale it out. Inhale. Bringing those hands right here to heart center. Good. So pressing in, rooting in through those sit bones. Feet are aligned. Knees are in line with your hips, right? Shoulders on the back side of your body. Good. Getting that good yoga breath there. Nice. So now I want you, before we just settle back into our chair, open up the legs a little bit. So this is a wider mountain pose. All right? If this is available to you, if this doesn't, as long as this doesn't bother your hips. Okay? So I don't want this to bother your hips. Now, knees are still in line with our feet. Okay? So even though my feet are kind of turned out, my knees are in line with them. So they're not rolling in, because that would lift up my pinky side of my foot. Pressing out, all right? That protects the feet, that protects the knees, also the hips. Staying nice and tall in your body. You're gonna take a nice inhale, you're gonna take that left arm high, and you're gonna take it up, and you're just gonna gently press. So getting a nice side body stretch here. And try to open it out. You can gaze down at the floor. You can gaze up at your hand. All right, whatever is available and whatever is comfortable for you. So you're just getting a side body stretch. Breathing into that. Really reaching those fingers. Inhaling up, we're going to take it the other way. Same thing. Opening out. So heart space is nice and open. Now, you can see that I have my forearm resting on my thigh. You may be more comfortable right here. And that is perfectly fine. You have to honor your body. So just breathe into it. Honor your body. It's not a competition. It's not a race. No one is judging you. You're all winners. You're all worthy. So pressing into that. Taking a nice inhale. Bringing those hands to the heart center. Go ahead and bring those feet in. And guess what? Scoot back in the chair. Scoot back. Sitting all the way back in the chair. I'm going to come forward so you can see me a little bit better. But I want you to just rest into your chair now. So sitting all the way back. You can just relax. That's my dog over there. Sorry. So I want you to rest now. All right? So let your breathing kind of return to normal. You can just sit comfortably, whatever is comfortable for you. Let your breath kind of soften. So we're not doing the deep yoga breath anymore. You don't need to think about your breath. All right? Right now I want you to just think about everything that your body accomplished just now in our time together. You guys did the work, all right? You worked hard. You can close your eyes if you want to. And I want you to just think about what you've done today, the good that you did for you, yeah. Knowing, I want you to know in your heart, in your spirit, that you are precious, you are worthy, you are important, you matter, okay? And you're not alone. I know that this time is really strange for a lot of us, but you're not alone. We're all in this together. And we're better together. So I want you to just think about that. Focus on that. Try to center on that. Try to realize that you matter. That you're precious. Ooh, my stomach. Apologize. So just resting now. This is just as important to do as anything we've done in class. This might be even more important, the rest part, the time to just be a little turned in, a little bit more inward. To think about what you've done, to check in with yourself. So important. And the resting. So knowing your body, knowing your spirit, knowing your mind. So important. And trying to connect all three. Trying to be present in the now. To be intentional in the now. To think about what your physical needs, right? But also to think about what your heart needs, your spirit needs, your mind needs. And then trying to connect the three together. So I want you to go ahead and just kind of wake everything up. Kind of wiggle your fingers and your toes. Might feel really good to kind of just move those fingers, open and close them. Wiggle your toes a little bit if you can. Kind of wake up. Maybe notice the chair behind you, holding you up securely, feeling strong, feeling held. Yeah, feeling safe. Breathing into that. Good. And maybe noticing the temperature of the room or the smells, wherever you are. The sounds. And I want you to take, my hope for you today is that you will take what we've done today and let it serve you for the rest of the day. And not only today, but going into the weekend that's ahead and even into next week until we meet again next Thursday. We're going to breathe, take a few big breaths here together. So taking a nice inhale, if you want to, you can take your arms high, inhale, and exhale, pressing it out. Inhale, and exhale, taking one more big breath, inhale, exhale, bringing those hands right here to heart center. Thank you for letting me lead you in practice today. And I will see you next week. Namaste. God bless you all. You guys do great. I'll see you next week.